Hello, my name is Carlos Emiliano Leon Aguilar, and this video is going to be about a documentary Where to Invade Next by Michael Moore. So I'm going to try to explain a little bit about the documentary, and also I'm going to try to talk about the things that I learned from watching the documentary. So prior to doing this video, I don't think I'd ever heard or known anything about Michael Moore or his work. So this was like my first time that I watched any type of film or documentary from him, and I was really shocked and surprised and pleased with the documentary. I think it was really clever. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it, and I think I'm going to recommend it to family and friends. It was pretty cool to see like different values and different way of living and thinking, which it was really interesting. We, Mexico, because we are so close to the US, we share like really similar thoughts and stuff. But I never really get to think about outside from what I'm used to, which are many. There are so many countries around the world which I don't really think about or try to compare to the things that we do, so we can all change into like a better way of doing things, or like a better society structure and things. And I think it was also really interesting because I think that we can learn from each other in order to grow, in order to do things better, in order to try to implement things that may actually work into other places. So this was really interesting, and I think watching this comparison to the US and certain European countries, it was pretty cool because, for example, you can see that since the beginning of the documentary, I think he goes to Italy and he says that in Italy people have like these pay vacation weeks, and he says that in the US people don't really have that, and it's more of a luxury if you have like even 2 or 3 weeks of vacation paid per year. And they were really shocked because there was like a couple who really wanted to go to the US and live there in the future, and they were really shocked that they already had like this really different way of doing things. He also like asks like a person like a CEO of a company, like, don't you wanna do like things the American style? If you do the American way, then you're gonna be richer. And they go like, why do we want to be richer? Like, there's no like reason why we want to be richer. We don't really need more. And it's really cool because you can see this comparison to values and way of thinking of people, in which, for example, in the US or in America, people just are more into like this capitalist way of living, and in Europe you have like these different values and way of thinking. It was also really shocking for me to learn about the prisons in Norway. I think it was pretty cool that they have like this whole prison system in which they try to treat people as humans, there was like even like a man who I think his son was killed like in a camp, and he wasn't like, of course he was mad with the person that he murdered his son, but he was also, like, he was really into his own values and personal beliefs, that he was like, I want to kill him. He was like, I'm a human, he's also a human, he did something wrong, and I'm really mad at him because of doing this, but I'm not gonna take his life. Like, I don't have like any superior type of anything into, like, deciding what to do with him or his life, or what type of sentence. Like, all of this is about the law. The law is going to decide what's going to happen to him, and all of these prisons and stuff are just like designed in a way for people to learn and grow as humans. They have like art classes or civic classes or different type of classes in which they start learning in order to adapt into the society once again. So in a part of the documentary, they also talk about democracy. I don't remember exactly how did they introduce democracy into the documentary. I think it was more about there was like a country in which women were fighting for their rights and for them to be equal. I don't exactly remember the name of this country, but there was also like an example in Iceland in which you have like this equal participation of men and women. And they show like it's a real life example in which having more participation of women and this interaction between men and women, you can have like better decisions, you know, and it's just like in contrast in comparison to all men groups or association or governments that have taken a lot of risky decisions that have been, you know, have had like really negative impacts into society and the countries. And by having this participation of equally men and women, you can have like a lot better decision takings, you know. And it's like an example, like a real life example in which, you know, this is happening. You can actually try to implement this to your own country because it's the right thing to do, and it's like a really smart decision to do. Like you can see and watch, like here, the results that are like positive results. So to me, democracy is just like having this participation of the people, like not only like a person taking this decision, but you know, like having all of this society being part of the decision making. You know, it's important to hear the people, it's important to hear like the society, because you know, a country is all about its people. And I can relate the like democracy thing into, you know, the documentary, into like this process. You really need like this participation of the people in order to do things in a different way, in order to change things. And you can see that if something is not working, and if people or someone has an idea and there's a lot of people who wants to support this idea, governments should also support this idea because it's something that's going to work. For example, also in Germany, I think they have like a specific work hours per week, and after these work hours they don't have like any type of responsibility into attending any type of mail or work thing, because they want people to, you know, have like workspace but also like their own personal life and work, which is pretty cool. The one of the people that Michael Moore interviews is like a boss or of a company, or like the CEO of a pencil company or something. And he says that of course there's like people in like workers involved into the decision making, because he says that, you know, it's important to listen to them, it's important to have like this interaction with them and know what they really want, because they also have like these really cool ideas, important ideas that we actually do implement. I can see these contrasts and all of these comparisons, you know, between all of these countries and with America, but you can also have like this comparison with Mexico. You know, we are so close to the US that we really do share these really similar thoughts. And I think we can definitely try to implement a little bit more of the things that this documentary talks about. And it's not only about the documentary, but, you know, just like realizing that there are other types of doing certain things that may work more than the way we are doing things right now. So it's pretty cool. I can definitely see the relation between like this just social participation into decision making, and how in Mexico we really do need more of this social participation. Like I guess we do have like, for example, free healthcare or like free college education, which is something, for example, in the US they don't really have, but we can definitely have like more interactions with people, hear what the people really need in order to solve like different problems that the government may not be solving right now. So I can definitely see the importance of this participation of the population, of the people, just like hearing and respecting like everyone's opinions, and, you know, in order to, for all of us just to grow and learn more from each other and try to implement what we all need in order to have like this better quality of life and more, you know, like better results. So I think I'm going to stop the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I really do hope to see you next time. So thank you and see you next time.